Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here. So I was doing a reading on Mitch McConnell's wife, Mrs. Chao, sorry if I don't pronounce it right. We got right to the end. The devil card came up. I said human trafficking and the phone rang and shut down my video. It was not the CIA. It was not the deep state. It was my husband. Didn't realize I was doing videos. So I would like to continue and see what comes up with this. So this was the card that was underneath it all. Now, I said, or as I was saying, somebody mentioned to me human trafficking. And, there is some sort of big, of course, Asian thing, the thing that happened down in was it Jupiter, Florida, with the Chinese woman who was a member of Mar-a-Lago, and all these Chinese business people would come in to Mar-a-Lago. There was that, and that had to do with Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots up here in Massachusetts. But it's pretty much, and then of course there's other stuff going on in Florida with human trafficking and Epstein, and so there's a lot of murkiness going on, and it's so this is something that's difficult to dip into because it just is so murky, and it's like if you stick your hand in a pile of poop, no matter how hard you wash your hands, you're still going to smell poop, right? That's kind of the energy of this. And so I take this inquiry with a certain amount of just not a place I really want to go. But I will look at it because somebody asked me, and we'll see if this is connected to that, or is this just, plain unadulterated greed? I mean, it could just simply be that. So let's look. Let's see what this devil card is in relation to Mrs. Cho. Now, what's interesting is that every time I do Mitch McConnell's chart, there seems to be young people around him in a way that I wouldn't expect young people to be around him. He just doesn't engender that. I mean, if it was Bernie Sanders and there was all these young people around him, you'd say, yes, it's the revolution, right? But Mitch McConnell, no, not so much. So there's something else going on with that. But let's see what this devil card means as far as Mrs. Chao and Mitch McConnell. Well, we'll keep it to Mrs. Chao. I mean, they're married, so he's connected, if in no other way, in that way. So we're looking into this devil card. So let's see the immediate environment. Excuse me. Okay, so information coming out. So there's information coming out about this card. Now let's see what kind of information it is. It may not be the sexual stuff, but let's see. Let's see what's crossing it. Okay, we have being at a crossroads. And again, this is an indication of not being sure which direction to take or what to do. It's this feeling of not being able to move. And if you remember in the last reading, the card at the root was the Eight of Swords, which is also that energy of not being able to move. So she's definitely, this is definitely not a comfortable position for her. Let's see what's at the root. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. This is new creative ideas, new beginnings. So there's an indication of new beginnings for her, which might indicate that she's going to resign from her position. That also came into my consciousness at some point during the reading, but I failed to mention it. Let's see what's in the past. Okay, we have the happiness card in the past. So, and we saw in the other reading that it was the Ten of Cups in the past. Let's see what's in the sky. Yeah, okay, so we have anxiety. So she's losing sleep. So she's worried about something. We're still not exactly sure, right, what it is. I mean, besides, it could, like I said, it could just be greed. this whole human trafficking thing can be something else. There's definitely that going on, and there's definitely that going on within the power structures, the higher ups, even without this woman in Jupiter, Florida, but the Epstein thing and all of that stuff. All those people are connected that way. It's not really what we're asking here, so there's always a little bit of that sort of in the background of this. But let's see what's in the immediate future. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups. I think Mitch McConnell is a Gemini. So this is a father figure, and there's ships back here. So this could be something comes up around her father. Now, I don't know if her father's alive, but maybe something about that connection, her father's connection, something from the past. Okay, cups are very often about the past, even though this is a future position card. Okay, let's see what else comes up. How it's seen from the outside. We have Temperance. This is a challenging card, really. It means healing. It's the angel of healing, but that healing comes through trial. And so this could be a healing for the whole idea of how power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely, like that. And this could be like people seeing it as, oh, this is all coming out for us to deal with and look at and come to terms with. Let's see the domestic situation. Okay, we have another ace. So we have a new, so it looks, this is about like new enterprises, new beginnings. There's a lot of actually newness in this reading, which makes me think that she's going to stop what she's doing, what she's doing now, and move on to something new, new opportunities. And that was sort of seen in the last reading because the outcome was the Two of Wands. Okay, hopes and fears. Okay. Okay, death, transformation, change. It can be a hope or a fear or both, you know. I feel it's a hope. I don't think she likes where she is right now. I don't think she likes being so under the spotlight. You know, one of the things that Trump does is he brings out people's shadow and then they get called out on it. And so if you don't want your shadow called out, you should have to stay away from this guy. But the allure of power is too much, and these people sort of fall into the pit of power, and boop, there we go. We can only hope. Believe me, if Trump brings out the rot in the way that he's bringing out the rot, it might be worth the pain and suffering that most of us are going through this process. I wish that we could have done it a different way for my own sanity. But, you know, let's see the outcome card. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. And so, again, this is more cups. There's a lot of motion here. This is, you know, I hate to bring Russia in, but Russia can be involved in this as well. I don't know how. But this is, some things are uncovered. So not everything, I believe not everything is going to be uncovered. She's going to be able to keep some secrets here. All right, let's see. Let's just continue. And we have the Empress card. The Empress card. I think that she's moving on. I really do. Is this devil card, the human trafficking stuff? From these cards, I would say no. Is this greed and avarice and, you know, being chained to the darkness through your need to be a greedy SOB? Yeah, this could be that. So that's what it feels like to me a little bit more. Of course, I could be proven wrong. I don't know. This card as the outcome card, or certainly as the major arcana that comes along makes me feel like this is not exactly what that is. This is not about human trafficking. Let me see what's underneath. Okay, yeah, and she's leaving. She's leaving. She's like, I've had enough of this. To a certain extent, maybe she's done what she needed to do. She made her money. She got her husband's stuff all lined up, and now she's like, you know what? Before they open up another can of worms on me, I'm out of here. And that's what I feel like is going to happen with her. Okay, so that was a quite of a long reading. And I'm sorry about the interruption in between. I'm glad it wasn't the CIA or the deep state that called me. I'm kind of glad it was just my husband. We have to figure out a way for me to put like a little like red light outside the office so he can look out the door and see if I'm recording something. But of course that would take some electrical knowledge, neither of which we have. So, oh, maybe I'll get a little flag and I'll just put a flag out there. And when he looks and sees the flags out there, then he'll know not to interrupt me. He's a good guy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that reading. Yeah, so it looks like she's leaving. She's worried that more things are going to come out about her family, perhaps. But again, I don't feel like it's the human trafficking. I think that there certainly is that connected to the Republican Party, actually probably connected to the Democratic Party as well. Anybody who's that high up, the powerful. Okay, there's going to be some sort of connection with that, but I don't feel like that's necessarily her connection. She has other stuff. There's plenty of bad stuff to go around, right? Okay, like and subscribe. I will see you soon. I am going to do a couple more readings today. Somebody asked me to do a particular one. I didn't write it down, but I'm going to go back and look and see what it was. Okay, that's my stuff. Talk to you later. Bye.